show.
Yes, it is.
You've heard all the other wrestling programs. Now it's time to listen to the guys who aren't booty.
And you can't beat that.
It's hashtag Wrestlepals.
I feel that.
That's what we need the little gif of. You going full on, I'm a Bailey buddy, and me just like, yeah, some hands and stuff.
Hands and stuff.
Hey everybody, it's hashtag Wrestlepals. And he's hashtag Wrestlepal Justin. Mm-hmm. And I'm hashtag Wrestlepal Nate. Look at us. You're trying real hard. You're getting in the mood. And I'm going to try too. Boy, we were beat up. Like just some off-air stuff here. Justin does not have pants on.
I'm in pajamas.
Technically, they're not pants. Mm-hmm. Want to destroy the magic? That's fine. Whatever, man. Simpsons pants. They look fleece. What the hell are you doing?
I know.
The season has officially changed here where we're at. It went from 40 degrees and drizzling to 95. And he's in fleece pajamas, and I can't do
the hoodie.
I can't do the full Bailey Buddy thing without reeking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I smell too, because I did not sleep last night.
Let's just have that understanding. Wrestlepals will be the stinky show.
We stink.
Because it was an act. Well, that's beside the point. It's more with the content than the content of our personal. We got a space enough here. It's already weird, kind of like odd smelling in here as it is. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We'll just blame it on the studio clubhouse. It smells weird. It's haunted. That's what that smell was.
I also did not make coffee.
Oh, jeez.
I wasn't sure.
I wasn't sure I was going to make it.
Yeah, you had a date with a guy.
Okay, cool. I don't
that
like
your wife set you up with.
It's nice. She thinks that much of me. It's great. Let's go. Yeah, and also the air conditioner. Once again, went from 40 and drizzling to 95. The air conditioner is still not working.
Cool.
Because apparently I'll show up in the morning. I'll wait at the corner until Nathan leaves the house for 5 minutes. Unnecessarily.
What stinks?
Through no fault of his own.
What stinks is, like, I understand that. I used to install DirecTV, and they give you that very vague window. And having been in that life, like, I know, because you don't know how long job one is going to take.
Right.
And so my thing was to try to call job two if job one was taking longer than I expected.
Well, I mean, this was hey, we're going to give you a time, roughly. Mm-hmm. And they did kind of roughly. And it's like, hey, we'll give you a call. No call. I just come back, and there's like a little note saying, ha-ha, sucker. Like, oh, man, come on.
Oh, they love door tagging. I used to love to door tag people.
It's great.
It's like, yes, I don't have to do that one today.
Hey, that was me. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Brand new install. 4-banger. No thanks.
I don't know what this means. Sounds complicated and a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
4-banger. Mm-hmm. Never sounds good.
Oh, well, there's always the 6-banger. Those are the absolute worst.
Yeah, that's a deep, dark areas of the web. You got to go for this.
Hey, we're hashtag Wrestlepals.
Oh, Jesus. I forget what show it was. Apparently wrestling happened. Did it?
Well, you know what? The idea of the SuperStar shakeup, I was pretty excited about. Sort of.
I had different expectations going into this. It was way different than I thought it was going to be. Okay.
Do we have audio?
Man, I don't know what any of this means. Lip flap pretty heavy on Facebook, too. I'm going to assume that means something.
Oh, I wonder if she just means... Because Keith was saying...
Yes, you do. It's a tech thing. I have no idea what they're talking about. The adults are speaking.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wait until we get back to, hey, everybody, let's go around the horn and make dick jokes. So I'm in. I can do that. Sorry. It's a SuperStar shakeup, man. You know what I was expecting out of this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, here's 2 big names going over there, maybe like one like big name out of each division, just kind of changing, not necessarily the top of the division, but a key player, so we can get some new fresh matchups. Because any of the different divisions aren't super deep. It's the issue with having the 2 rosters, but they've all been very good, and it's nice that the idea of fresh matchups can happen. So I was expecting something crazy like maybe the Intercontinental Champion and the U.S. Champion will switch.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Yeah.
No, this felt like a full-on draft.
It was a pillage is what it was.
It's crazy, because I love the time that we do our show. We do our show live noon Eastern on Tuesdays. I forgot what day it was, jeez. And, that usually gives us it gives us a jump on a lot of the reviews, but enough time to digest of anything pay-per-view happening-wise. Any big news happens on a Raw, it's cool. SmackDown's usually very good about resolving their storylines or just beginning their storylines, so we don't have to have too much knowledge going into SmackDown. So Tuesday afternoon, fantastic time to do our show. Not so much this week, because we have no idea what's going into SmackDown tonight.
Right. I mean, I have an educated guess.
Oh yeah.
After watching Raw last night and seeing who moved over to Raw.
Is that our game this week? We make our predictions and see how wrong we are.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm guessing nobody goes to SmackDown.
I mean, honestly, the way the people that Raw took, I don't want to say I wouldn't be surprised, but like I wouldn't be surprised. Like the way it feels like. And God, I hope I'm wrong. It feels like SmackDown was catching Raw.
Yeah. And
hey,
SmackDown's a good show, man.
We can't have that happen.
Nah.
Raw needs to be the show.
Yeah, and it feels like once again SmackDown is being treated as developmental for Raw.
Yeah.
And man, it's really doing something different over there.
Yeah.
Let it be different. Let it be successful. Don't measure the 2 against each other. And if you want competition in between the 2, how about don't just savage one for the sake of the other?
Right.
So yeah, we're doing this post Raw.
Right.
And on Raw, all you got was this person's to Raw, this person's to Raw, this person's to Raw, this person's to Raw, this person's to Raw.
Now, I imagine, they'll do the same thing tonight, and it won't feel as harsh.
Which would be great.
Hopefully it evens out, talent-wise.
And I'm looking forward to some of those opening segments, too, because the opening segment of Raw this past week, you had John Cena and...
yes, and Nikki Bella.
Who do you like better as Nikki Bella? Nikki Bella or Maurice? I think I like Maurice better as Nikki Bella. Because she puts a dumb look on her face and it makes me happy.
But
on purpose.
John!
Oh, God. A fantastic little stupid spot.
Yeah.
And Dean's great at doing those dumb little things. Because Dean comes out and just talking to John Cena. Yes! His friend. His buddy, John Cena. It's good to have I'm glad to have a familiar face around here.
Let me get in here before you start talking, because it'll be 20 minutes.
It's so great.
If I don't.
Shitting on John Cena. He's not even there. Not even going to be there. It's beautiful. He's got his arm around Maurice holding her in, and she just looks uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like she's either a really good actress or he might smell a little weird tonight. Combination of the 2. You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic little opening. And in that opening, they let us know that the Miz and Maurice are still going to be a-holes, and they're going to be together on Raw. And hey, here's Dean Ambrose, the Intercontinental Champion. Belt likely coming with him, but then again, we don't know.
We don't know for sure. Again, we'll find out. We'll find out tonight.
Tonight will give a good indicator. And then you have the pay-per-view coming up.
Yeah, how it shakes out. Now, Miz and Maurice going over is a great move, even though it's a huge hit to SmackDown.
I think it's a huge hit to Miz and Maurice, man. They and the relationship with Daniel Bryan on Talkin' Smack has been just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And maybe they're taking Miz over there to bolster Raw Talk. Maybe that'll be more frequent. I don't know, man. Yeah, I would have to hope so, because that's a part of his personality that's developed like majorly, and it'd be a shame to see that be put on the back burner or put on WWE.com exclusive.
I thought Miz was working towards the World Championship. Like he has earned it.
Yeah,
and Miz is not going to be wrestling Brock.
No.
Like, so where does that leave him? By the looks of it, he's going to be wrestling Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship.
It's
which
weird.
is who Dean won the championship from.
Exactly. You're rehashing it over yonder.
That I mean, it'll be fine, but like, why? Why are we doing that?
No, that's the thing. That's what feels weird. It's like they've taken feuds that have gotten a little time, and they're gonna get more time elsewhere.
I wonder if this is just indication that either A, people have been right all along and Vince doesn't get it. He is out of touch. Possible. Or whoever's in charge of Raw, which mostly Vince, is just they just don't get it. So I'm hoping I'm completely wrong. I'm hoping they brought over Dean for some other reason to work with somebody who's there.
Apollo Crews. That's right. Also to Raw.
Again, that's somebody like
he'd benefit from a new place and get a chance to kind of reset a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I thought for sure he'd be able to stretch his legs in SmackDown.
Yeah. He's a guy that would benefit from something like a Talking Smack.
And the couple times he did it, he was great.
Everybody that makes it to the main roster has a fantastic personality. They're very personable individuals. They have a lot going for them. They're excellent at self-promotion, or else they wouldn't be where they're at. So when they get a chance to shine on and have an opportunity like a Talking Smack, all of them excel.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody that's been awful. Poor Bailey. But I think that's just a little more just kind of shell-shockedness and Booker T berating her. Well, was that a Talking Smack, or was that a...
That was a Raw Talk.
Raw Talk after
a pay-per-view where they had like 5 people on their panel, and then they brought in guests too.
Yeah. That was the only time I've seen this like talk showy format that hasn't really panned out very well. But everybody else jumps in there. It seems like it does nothing but benefit. It's like, hey kids, here's your opportunity to character work. You know all that the work you did down at NXT with the promo classes. Here we go. So here's what you got. 5 minutes. Phil, do it.
Yeah,
not Phil. He's not coming back.
He's not coming back.
Maybe for WrestleMania 32.
To wrestle the Undertaker.
That's what I've heard.
So Ms. Maurice and Dean Ambrose come over, and we actually see them on Raw. Apollo Crews comes to Raw. We don't see him. I wonder if that's an indication.
It's great, man. Right out of he's still running. He was in the wrong town. Poor from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Now, the next name on this list is Kurt Hawkins.
Cool.
Why did we move him, firstly? Now, let's dive in deeper. Why did we move him to do the same thing that we were doing with him?
Kurt Hawkins is one of those guys that I feel like if he got a little time over on SmackDown,
he
could be fun.
Why didn't he show up on Talking Smack before he left?
I don't know.
So the biggest reason we moved him was so Big Show can punch him in the face.
Cool, Big Show, who's talked that was his last WrestleMania, and he's kind of on his way out.
Yeah. It'd be different, if you... I mean, obviously it's not the same spot, but if it's like Apollo Crews, or even if it's like a Sami Zayn, somebody who's been on Raw, and they're coming out and they're, getting this big win in the same fashion, like, crushing Kurt Hawkins, because that's been his thing.
Right.
But mostly I just don't get it.
You don't see what the point is.
Why did we bother moving Hawkins? Why did we bother re-signing Hawkins?
I like Hawkins.
I do too. But we've done
something. Not him. Do something with him. Again, we've seen the Raw picks. Again, and that was a huge little slate of characters that wandered on over to Raw.
Wait until we get to this next one.
So just to see what's going to end up happening. This is what always excites me about stuff like this. Whenever something bad kind of happens, and this feels like bad, I'm not going to jump up and say, "Oh, this is bad and awful. You're stupid." Well, I will, but it don't really mean anything by it. What is going to happen is a weird slate of characters is going to go over to SmackDown, and magic is going to happen, because I'll have Ron Ward, and it's well formatted. Everybody gets used. Everybody's important. Everybody there is a star on SmackDown. On Raw, you get punched in the face by the Big Show.
Yeah.
Even we went to the SmackDown Live here when they went through town right before Mania. You had a Hawkins versus Kalisto pre-show warm-up match. You know what? The two of them felt like stars.
Yeah.
Kalisto was amazing. Kurt Hawkins was competitive, and they were great.
Kurt Hawkins is a great jerk.
Yes, there's room for good jerks. RadioFreeRadio.com.
So the next big name,
What's up?
and he actually shows up on Raw. There's a silver lining here.
Huh?
It's Bray Wyatt.
Oh God, no!
There's a silver lining
You're
here.
stupid.
I don't.
Oh, I jumped up and said it's stupid.
Why? Okay, I don't understand why they pulled him. Firstly, I really don't understand that. So it looks like the House of Horrors match is going to happen at the Raw exclusive pay-per-view, Payback, for the WWE Championship. He's going to wrestle Orton in the House of Horrors match.
Sure. What the hell is that?
I don't know. It's Bray Wyatt gets his own match, so that's neat.
Yeah, somebody put up a survey that WWE sent out that was about that. What do you want to see in a House of Horrors match?
Yeah.
Stuff, chainsaws and shit. Chainsaws was an option.
Oh.
Like, whoa, cool. That's
Now here's the silver lining. Bray Wyatt shows up on the video screen, and it's after Finn Balor's match, and he addresses Finn Balor.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah.
Now
But I'm sorry, he's in the middle of a program at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like they just took a hammer to everything and just busted it all
They're
up.
like, well, see,
And
it's
this is
the
the time of year
disregard of
to do it.
SmackDown is what it feels like. The disregard of what was happening on SmackDown.
So, has Raw had anything shaken up so far? Well, I guess they're just having an influx. They're not really.
We'll get there.
Has any storyline been damaged on Raw?
Nope. And it probably won't either.
I hope so. Sorry, give me Reigns. Take it over to SmackDown. Do something to ruin their stuff. They break our stuff, we break their stuff.
It's not going to happen.
They bring a knife. We probably run. It's dangerous.
So the next name is Kalisto. He's going from Raw to SmackDown.
Okay.
Wait, comes to Raw from SmackDown, rather.
Mhm.
Heath Slater and Rhino are going to Raw.
That's interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah, they've had fun little. They've had a hell of a. What am I talking about? They've had a hell of a resurgence on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would
They
be fun
haven't
to see.
been used very much on SmackDown lately. You know?
Yeah, because
Sparingly.
that division's kind of becoming what it is. I feel like the Raw tag team division is the one that's mostly redeveloping itself at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great chance for them to jump in there and not be just total bottom of the barrel jerks.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've kind of been relegated to from inaugural SmackDown champions to oh yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Which stinks.
So
Glad to see them still together.
yeah,
Glad to see Heath Slater getting drafted instead of the last time around when they cut the lights on him. Poor bastard.
Alexa Bliss comes to Raw, which is a bummer because she was the budding star on
Say
SmackDown.
bud. Don't say bud.
Bud.
That's right. Don't call
Bud.
me- I ain't your bud, pal. Don't call me that. Don't say anything. Well, you know what? This is the one where I'm most like, oh, this could be interesting about. Because, yeah, you're right. She's been amazing on SmackDown. She's helped define what the SmackDown's women division is all about. She's the jerk.
Yeah.
But she came in, and she was an even better jerk to these girls that have been the epitome of women's wrestling. You've got Bayley and Sasha, and a very quiet crowd on my dad. And it looks like Sasha's doing it's time for some friendly competition.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss is just like, she just wanders out. Hey, you shut up. And the crowd's like, yay. And she's like, you too. I don't need your approval. Cut it.
Yeah.
And she's just fantastic. Oh, she's becoming so commanding on the microphone so fast. And that, I honestly feel, is what Raw has been lacking as far as the women's division.
Yeah. Well, and here's what, like, again, cool, really awesome for her to be on the quote-unquote A show. But it's like, damn it.
I know. But the SmackDown women, I feel, has the stronger all-over roster, and they could afford to lose a key piece. And I think they'd be better to have another one fit in there. So whoever's going to come back over from Raw, if anyone does,
If anyone does.
I think they'll be stronger for it.
Yeah, because it's funny you bring up Alexa Bliss being a strong piece moving from SmackDown. So did Mickie James.
I didn't call her a piece. That's rude. Mickie James is great. Mickie James will absolutely help revitalize the Raw. She's that other high-end, capable ring worker, that can really help Bayley show off, can really help Sasha show off, can really work with Nia, and she's already been magic with Alexa. So she's gonna make anyone she touches look that much better.
Yeah. Now this one happened after they went off air last night, and I don't understand it in the least.
What?
Byron Saxton.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Is going.
I've seen this
from Raw to SmackDown.
How good is the dynamic between Corey Graves and Brian? I'm calling him Brian now. Jesus,
it's great.
It's amazing.
It's the thing that JBL tries to do, but he's not good at.
Yes,
he's harsh,
but he runs them off, and he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And then he steals their shit behind the scenes and makes people very upset. Sorry, that's a whole thing now too.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Is he a dick to you? He was a dick to me. Is he?" Everyone. Oh, Jables, what have you done? He's just an old dude doing things the old way.
Now, on one hand, I guess maybe I can understand it because, you've seen the ride along with Byron Cole.
Byron
JBL,
is
right?
great.
So, yeah. But
Byron will take the beatings from JBL
Yeah.
significantly better than anybody else has.
And I guess that's what they're trying to do.
Maybe. And and this is going to be crazy to say. We're going to start liking Otunga. This is a bold claim. I'm sorry. I can't look at you when I say that because you're looking back at me really harshly. Your eyes are saying words, Justin. They're all 4 letters. They're very short, curt, and what? When Corey Graves starts laying into, just verbally eviscerating Otunga, Corey Graves doesn't need anybody to really play back to really lay into somebody. JBL needs somebody to play back. So I think this would be okay. I was really sad, though, because the Corey Graves, Byron Saxton dynamic is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
He's going to be missing, key fun things like Bayley and the New Day.
Oh, is he?
Bayley for sure, probably.
Yeah.
New Day possibly.
Yeah, there's rumors, too. We'll discuss it. Because we've heard rumors about who's going to SmackDown. We have our guesses. We have our wants and desires. I still think nobody's going.
All right. So last night, Nia Jax wrestles Charlotte. I think Charlotte's going to SmackDown.
Yeah, I think so.
Because she lost.
She lost, made Nia look like a monster. And, oh, man, people did. Nia's still very, very young as far as the in-ring work. And, man, there was a couple little spots where people would just season on it. Charlotte landed on her head. Also, the moonsault. The moonsault was the other one. First of all, busting that shit out in a regular match. I hope that's not a regular thing, man.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, it'll ruin a little bit of the specialness of it. And
if that's her last Raw, then cool. That's a good spot for it.
Going at throwing everything at the monster, getting nothing back.
Yeah.
And having natural selection kicked out of, and taking the beating from the standard finisher from the monster.
I hope it's just not shitty treatment. Let's shit all over Charlotte and then send her over to SmackDown.
I hope that's just doing the. Oh God, oh man, I have to suspect that too. You're right. What, we're losing her? Beat her with her life. Drop her in the head.
Let's take the mystique away from her finish, or one of her finishes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's the skeptic in me just because of the timing of all of this and seeing who went.
Yeah, but if Charlotte does go over to SmackDown, she gets to reset a little bit too. I think that's one level of suspension of disbelief that a lot of fans are willing to still go along with in this day and age. Of she went to a different show, different person, starting fresh. Here we go, new matchups.
I'm hoping that if she is going to SmackDown, she shows up and she gets to kind of get it back. Get back the loss from last night.
And I feel like. Going over there, she has a kingdom to rule over. Yeah, of a well-defined division.
Now,
God, we're gonna get Charlotte versus Naomi.
Yeah,
that's gonna be great. No, Naomi has so improved. The fact that she got bumped as a backup dancer to a Funkasaurus from a WrestleMania to right before the main, winning the title in her hometown. Oh God!
So I guess
So good.
Before we continue on, let's look at who's left: Naomi, Becky Lynch, Natalia, Carmella, and Nikki Bella. Right? That's the division. That's all that's left. Eva Marie, I think technically, but I'm pretty sure she's done.
I think she's gone.
So, I imagine, technically Charlotte can play tween, but I imagine she comes in straight queen.
I'm here to
She's
rule.
the queen, yeah. Especially with Naomi up at the top.
And we'll get some fun Charlotte-Becky matches. Or, Charlotte and Natalia. That's been wonderful in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see that again and have it some meaning on a main storyline, on a well-crafted SmackDown storyline.
Now
It's going to be beautiful.
The other rumor going around is Sasha. I think that I don't think that's true because she shows up in that later segment.
Yeah,
where Nia came out and where everybody came out basically.
Which that was. So you talking about when Alexa and Mickie James make their arrival,
right?
Can I point out one more beautiful thing about this?
Is it Alexa at the end?
Which part?
Where she looks at Nia and Nia just kind of walks past her, and then Alexa looks at the camera and just kind of gives an evil grin because she didn't get beat up by the big bad guy.
Oh, and before that, as Nia's crawling into the ring, she throws Bailey.
Yeah,
go get her! I'm ducking out. Oh, those are the subtle little things that make a character believable.
Again, she's a budding star, and that's the thing that bothers me about her getting stolen away.
Oh,
but hopefully for her it means
I think she'll go there and be dominant as well.
Here's hoping
amongst some really good, really amazing wrestling that would benefit from stronger characters.
So
I hate to shit on Bailey and I hate to shit on Sasha about that, but she's the boss. That's been the character development.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she bad?
She's been getting by on having great matches, which is awesome. I love great matches.
Yeah, you're doing the hardest parts.
Yeah.
Ease up. Let's do some of the easy stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
So it looks like the Raw division is Bailey at the top,
Hey.
Sasha, Nia, Alexa, Mickie, and then you have in a segment at one point Emma. With Dana Brooke.
Dana, yeah. Oh, yeah, I put that in our little title thingy today because that was my favorite thing.
Now, one of them's going over to SmackDown.
Who do you think would be best? I'm going to throw the picture back up there, Rick. Look at that. How to be your own protege.
Now, I'm torn on
She stole that
this.
bit from Matt.
I'm torn on this because I could see either one going and excelling.
Yeah, either one would be great.
I think Dana probably needs it more, needs the space, needs the reset. But then you're moving her with Charlotte. And, I mean, I guess, then you can have Dana versus Charlotte just built in. Mm-hmm. But if the idea is for fresh matchups, then, maybe you send Emma.
If there's one thing we've seen so far, it's not fresh matchups.
Yeah.
Just from the transitions that have already happened. I don't feel anything fresh yet. Surprising, not fresh. It's almost surprising in how unfresh.
Yeah. So I assume one of them, and then Charlotte seems the likely to be going over.
Yeah.
We already mentioned Byron Saxton coming over and David Otunga going over. Let's see. So 2 women, probably snake a tag team.
Well, see, the rumor going around is New Day.
Right. I've seen that one too.
I think that'd be pretty fantastic. It'd be all right.
They'd taken 2 losses to the Revival in a row. Mm-hmm. Doesn't seem to be necessarily building a program.
And it looks like the Kofi injury is legit. He's going to be laid up for a little while. Mm. So, you know what?
Well, they kept saying weeks.
Oh.
So.
I don't know. Did you see the shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look. The Revival is beautiful.
Yeah,
right?
They are.
They're amazing. They're a throwback. No flips. Just
fists.
Just fists. The old Greg the Hammer Valentine shirt of I broke Wahoo's leg.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. The old I broke Wahoo's leg. Reimagined, we broke Kofi's ankle. Silly dog. I have to imagine that Scott Dawson has just got a screen printing business in the back of his house. He's just making stupid shirts every time they do something awesome, making it even better. Well done. I'm very excited for this. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, if New Day do go over to SmackDown, this could be an opportunity for them to do little single things here and there.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Big E in single stuff. I'd love to see Xavier Woods is amazing.
Yeah,
you forget that because he's often the outside guy because he's the huge personality and he's got a trombone.
Mm-hmm.
But he's amazing in the ring, and I'd love to see him do a little singly things.
Now, one of the advantages again of SmackDown, Talking Smack. The New Day on Talking Smack could be amazing.
Could be, or absolutely would be.
Absolutely would be.
It'd be great.
Oh, I love how Facebook doesn't let me know that people are commenting on stuff. That's cool.
Uh-oh. Somebody mad at us?
No, Sarah was just letting us know we do have audio, and it's just not coming out of our faces, which we ended up seeing in the Slack.
Great.
I did not have my coffee. Is part of the problem here. I'm trying to act like I've had my coffee.
No, Matt's giving us tech support. It's great.
So the New Day being the rumor, I'm also seeing a rumor that the Shining Stars, which they're not a terrible tag team.
They haven't had an opportunity to really do anything.
Right.
And they gave them handfuls of brochures and said, there you go.
But I feel like
when the idea of putting on bullfighter shit again is a good idea.
The problem I have here is already kind of filling that spot. We have Breezango.
Right.
We have the Fashion Popo, who are amazing at it. And I mean, unless we're getting Fashion Popo against them in some way.
Making that division a little warmer, a little fuller.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can see that. I'd love to have secondary guard. I love secondary. Nothing makes me happy. I never... Top of the card, top of a division is always fun. It's the secondary garbage in the divisions. It's just straight grudge matches, which always end up being my favorite things.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have an answer to Kurt Hawkins coming over? Like some undercard? Because, again, we had the Apollo Crews, too. So, I feel like we need two...
who's doing nothing?
Two guys are...
Yeah, I feel like they've beat Sammy down so damn far.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think... Well, do you want to address that one?
Yeah.
Do you think Sami Zayn might be going to SmackDown?
Let's see. Who did he wrestled The Miz last night?
He wrestled Miz.
Did he win?
I think he got a win.
Probably not.
So if having the win, you think he's going to stay on Raw?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Here's why.
Oh, you're so right. And it makes me so sad.
Here's why. Again, Charlotte lost.
Right.
And the other big rumor, Dean Ambrose came over to Raw.
Uh-huh.
Kevin Owens is the United States champion.
Mm-hmm.
Main event of the night, Ambrose versus Owens.
And he beats Owens clean.
Mm-hmm. Owens is probably going to SmackDown.
God damn it. So Sami Zayn wins.
Probably staying.
I
could be wrong, obviously.
Also, you had Revival versus New Day.
New Day lost.
New Day took a loss.
2 weeks in a row.
Are they really that shitty and petty?
I hope not.
Damn
I hope it's just trying to make the new talent look good.
Yeah, which I understand completely.
Yeah.
But at the same time, hey, who's leaving? All right. You're next to get your ass. Step up to get beat down. Here we go. Oh man, damn. Who else lost? Technically, Kurt Hawkins lost.
Yeah.
So he might be heading right back over. That'd be hilarious. And you know what? That would be fun for him. That would be good for him.
Yeah.
Be great.
Be on both shows in 1 week.
Speaking of on both shows, you think the Drifter is going to keep on drifting? Elias Sampson, the Drifter of NXT.
Yeah.
Lost a loser leaves NXT match.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was El Vagabondo or something.
It was El Vagabondo.
Yay. Yay. And now it looks like he's wandering around on the stage and whatnot. Oddly enough, during the tag team segment on Raw, he's just drifts on out. I'd love to see him just do that on every show for 6 full months. He just does it. You stop working out, just get in horrible shape, just traveling back and forth between both shows all the time. Show up at every pay-per-view. Nobody touches him. He just walks through the crowd. Be great. People would hate him.
Yeah.
Great. Sorry.
For what?
I just wanted to sing a song. How dare you? So,
I'm trying to think because we lost Bray Wyatt too. Who do we get in return for Bray? Now we also have to keep in mind that the big call-ups were Shinsuke Nakamura and Ty Dillinger last week.
I feel like that's what SmackDown's mostly going to be relying on is going to be those call-ups.
And it also seems like we're not losing AJ, which is great.
Yeah, man,
which is huge.
Do you think maybe? Well, shoot, if the New Day do go, well, that was the big surprise last night. Everybody thought AJ was kind of going over to Raw, and now everybody's thinking that SmackDown could be getting the New Day. What if they pull a little swerve and throw the club over there?
I'd be into it.
I would be very into it. Just wrecking ass everywhere they go. The reunion. Yeah. Oh, it'd be beautiful.
It'd be fun.
Think they're ever going to pull the trigger with that?
No.
They're not, are they?
Probably not.
Damn it.
And the club, unfortunately, will just be a joke for whatever reason.
It's just a joke.
Do we have...
we're defeatist today.
I know, man.
We're supposed to be excited on this.
I know. It's because Raw has a really bad track record over the last month.
Yeah.
And last night did not make me excited.
We shouldn't have watched it. We should have just read the things and just came here and been like, hey, look, this is weird.
Yeah.
And well, there's still the option of Sami Zayn going over SmackDown.
Which would be exciting.
Owens looks like he could be going to SmackDown.
Right. Which, again, could be exciting.
Who's the biggest name they could take and not totally throw everything into chaos? Do you think someone like... Oh, do you have an answer?
Well, I was going to say Braun.
I'm thinking somebody out of that top program.
But they're not.
Between Brock, Braun, and Roman.
The way last night was with him tipping over a fucking ambulance.
I showed that to the kid, and he wanted to go outside and flip over the car. Like, all right, kid, you can do it. You can do it. I won't even be mad.
I don't think they're moving Braun or Roman.
Who can? He's immovable. They're huge. They're very large men. The land of the large.
Just
Raw.
A side note. I saw people, oh, he's strong. Not that strong. Come on.
What?
It's just a cool feat. He just tipped over a damn ambulance.
Look, okay, Braun may not be Jinder Mahal cut, but he's also like 6'10".
He's huge.
And like that weird country thick. So yes, he is strong. He's strongman strong. He was literally a strong man.
Mm-hmm.
He could put that shit on his W-2. Strong man.
Do you...
I don't think much at all. Really.
Again, looking at this,
spout off.
Did they move like guys like The Miz and Bray Wyatt specifically?
Oh, Jesus.
Did they move them?
Still saying that hurts.
I know. But it could be a good thing. Not for those guys.
No.
But maybe for like a guy like a Luke Harper.
I think it definitely benefits.
Because
anybody staying on SmackDown, yes.
Because again, what do we do with Corbin now? Because he was entrenched with Ambrose.
Well,
does he still win the Intercontinental Championship? Does Owens not come over?
We're still going to get that match, though, right?
I don't know. Hasn't been announced yet.
I hope Corbin does kind of the... I don't want to say Austin because it's not the same Austin vibe, but the whole I'll fight anyone at any time. Turning on who? I'll turn on everybody. I like that, and I'd like to see Corbin kind of fall into that role. The same thing that I'd love for Roman Reigns. I'll fight anyone. I don't care. I'll hurt you too.
Again, judging by last night, it looks like I was way wrong, and I'm.
You want to talk about that one? Okay. Hold on. Let's just collect ourselves because I think we both saw it and we both hurt. Well, I respect nothing but respect. I'm a good guy. I'm Roman Reigns, the good guy. Look at me, I'm a good guy. Roman Reigns. Remember how last week I was a dick and I was telling everybody, "Hey, look what a big dick I am." It's amazing, right? Now this week I'm humble. I'm a humble dude. I'm just a guy.
And I got tipped over in a fucking ambulance.
Oh my God! I have all these odds to overcome.
God damn it! What are they doing?
The same thing.
They had it.
She just has to be a tough guy, man. Just be a tough dude. Takes a beating, gets up, gives a beating.
I hate being this guy.
I know.
I really hate being this guy.
Law hurt some feelings last night.
Yeah.
And I want to be excited for SmackDown tonight. I want it to excel beyond our possibility, our
expectations. Is that the word
those two. No, because I'm going in with like no expectations at this point. I hope they just draft all of them back. All of them. Because we've seen that before, the little double thing. It was seen it got pulled like first pick to one show one time. He's wearing like 4 shirts the whole night.
Yeah.
He got pulled over to SmackDown and then back to Raw or something ridiculous like that. Cool, man. Bring all those guys back. Yes, Kurt Hawkins. Yeah, so actually I would really like that.
You can keep Kalisto.
That's fine.
That's fine. I don't mind that.
Apollo Crews would be fine over in the land of the big men. I feel like I always felt it's weird. It feels like there's almost two different. As much as 205 Live has tried to differentiate itself as being the cruiserweight division, they've done a very good job of partitioning that off, but still giving it the time and promotional stuff that it needs. The 205 Live is fun.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a very different show between Raw and SmackDown. SmackDown's more about the technicians, more about the more svelte guys. Raw is just the land of the big giant dudes.
Yeah.
And I don't like the land of the big giant dudes. And we brought up this point before about what is the motivation behind the shows. Raw is the bringer. Raw is the, hey, look at this spectacle. Hey, you're the casual fan, tune in Monday night. These guys are bigger than life. And it's amazing. He tipped over an ambulance. I hope that guy's okay. Did you see they did the cut where they threw the stretcher over the thing?
Yeah.
And just watching the cut. It's like, oh, look at y'all. Look at y'all. I think he's fine. And then they cut and he goes around the side and all of a sudden the doors in the ambulance are closed. Okay. You guys are good. I like you guys. You and your Trixie. You're so nice. But I'm not as enthralled with the land of the big men anymore.
No.
I mean, maybe that was in the 80s. I was happy. Well, that's all you got.
Is this by design though? Like they want the competition.
All right.
Do they care about us watching both shows? Because
just get out of SmackDown's way, man.
I trust that SmackDown will be fine.
That's the this is as far as my personal creative process goes. I work very well within parameters.
Right.
Like this. Here's your premise. Go this way. Work within this and this. These are the tools you have. Create. I do very well. I have these limited resources, and I pull it off. That's a big reason why I root for SmackDown. Because I feel like okay, who we got? All right, we're going to make this work.
Yeah.
No. Everybody get here. We're not going to put it on just one person's shoulders. We're all going to work together. This is going to be a great show. Raw feels like unlimited resources. Create to your heart's content. There's nothing stopping you, and maybe there should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels like they've got all the potential in the world, and they don't do anything with it because they can't focus on one thing. And I don't feel like a show has been crafted. There's no cohesion even between the segments. And I feel like I'm getting several different stories that in no way intersect. Just little things like, hey, these two crossing paths and giving each other a dirty look. Or these two working together. Or, hey, these two heels are friends. Look at that. That's nice. Though we did get that on Raw.
Yeah.
And that was the best part for ages. Why? Because they did it themselves, and it was real. Raw feels like it's got unlimited potential and no governor on it to keep it on the rails, and it constantly derailing itself.
Here's a name that we skipped.
Huh? Skip? Old Skip? How's he doing?
He's
riding man.
Riding man. Riding a man. Seth Rollins. They made a big stink, a whole big segment, a deal.
I'm just going to smash my mic stand.
Yeah. Big deal out of, no, he's staying here.
I like the little Kurt play for him.
Oh, yeah, but...
And they did the same tease with Sammy, too.
Rollins didn't have a match.
Weird.
Could they pull Rollins?
Be a big get. Because right now, you're looking at all 3 members of the Shield on Raw. And there's no rationale behind it, but I feel like they don't want to do that. I feel like they don't want that dynamic there at the moment. And
Hello, Johnny Rotten 81. Yes, we are alive.
Barely.
Yeah.
What do you consider live?
We are not we're not exactly awake,
Robots.
but we are definitely live right now.
Just a shitty, lumpy robot. It's the worst anime.
I should have made coffee. But like my hope is to like get some sort of a nap.
Uh-huh. Nah.
That's why I didn't make coffee.
Hold on. You're getting the Bob's Country Bunker on this one. Go ahead and say that thing about the nap again.
You hope to get some kind of a nap.
Nah, man. Nah. No nap for you. Nah. That is the Bob's Country Bunker.
No, I deserve that.
Mm-hmm. Ain't getting no nap. What you doing? You're hopelessly outnumbered.
It's true.
Damn true. Kurt's trying to fit in with his character in there. It makes me happy. His head looks weird to me. I'd love to see him with a mustache. Just a mustache.
A mustache?
He's got a nice big area between lip and... I don't know why I'm analyzing Kurt Angle's face. But every time I see it... Because there was a brief moment in time when I was like completely shaven and took off all the facial hair and it just looked like my head was just the big Lionel Richie clay head. And every time I see Kurt Angle's head, I think, that's made of clay. I want to take a fork and just carve a little hair to the side and then put it in a kiln and make him maybe do a little chia Kurt. It'd be great. I just like, has Kurt Angle ever had facial hair?
I don't recall him ever having facial hair.
I barely remember with hair.
Yeah.
That always looks weird.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Baldy.
He
That
lost
feud with Hogan.
Dude, he lost a hair match. It was like a quarter inch. This is not really high stakes, but all right, cool. Whatever. It's great.
It gave him an excuse to wear a wig.
Does he need an excuse? He put the little cowboy hat on.
Mm-hmm.
And then was inducted into a Hall of Fame.
That's what I hear.
Put a little cowboy hat on.
That's what I hear. He put the little cowboy hat on.
Oh, so good. So amazing how well he composes himself in the most ridiculous of situations. He hasn't done anything too ridiculous yet. But it's a coming.
So
You okay?
what are our final thoughts on who's coming over in the shakedown?
Who do we think is going over to SmackDown?
Again, I think we both agree Charlotte. Right?
Charlotte, if you're going to take a second, please not Sasha.
Right.
Who's undercardy that could use a little bit of a boost?
Other than Sammy?
No, I mean in the women's division.
Oh,
I'd like to see
Emma?
a second woman go over. Would Dana bet? Dana with Mickey James would be a great little feud, man. I'd
So that
love to
would-
see more from Dana. What's that?
So she would have to stay for that.
Yeah, I could see her benefiting either way, but yeah, it's down between those two. I think Emma is still too new back on Raw for them to move her, and she character-wise is amazing too. Her and Alexa are pretty close as far as that shitty lady character, right? But I think Raw benefits most from that, and let's Sasha stay face for a little while longer without having to do anything, without having to backstab Bayley, so that could be a long game thing where Sasha eventually turns on her. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to see Dana go over. I think it'd be great, especially that shot with her with the How to Be Your Own Protege book.
So
Look at that, that's great.
with Bray Wyatt going
Lay
over,
off the makeup. You're a pretty lady, please.
with Bray Wyatt going over,
It's too big,
chances are he's likely to lose the House of Horrors match
I guess.
to Randy Orton. Because we got to keep that chance. Because Brock, I mean, unless Brock is going over to
I
SmackDown.
think they're gonna take Brock to SmackDown. I think they're gonna take Brock to SmackDown. That's gonna be the big one. That's gonna be my big crazy prediction. Brock to SmackDown, and that avoids the Roman Brock thing. Like, oh shoot, we almost did it, but we can't. Darn it! I guess we'll have to hold off till Mania.
Well, I guess the advantage there would be Bray winning the championship back, and he becomes
There's no room.
top of the card.
There's no room at the top of Raw right now with Brock. Brock is a guy that can take a title and walk away with it for a little while, show up, and he's a special attraction and a credible champion. A very rare thing that pretty much only he can pull off. Goldberg can't wander off for 3 months and come back. I'm still the champion. Blah. No. Brock can because whenever he shows up, he's going to hurt somebody. But with Brock out of the picture, that leaves room for Reigns to feud with anybody. It leaves room for Braun to be moving on to somebody else, not necessarily Brock, and still be a dominant dude. And I'd love to see them work with somebody other than just big dude, big dude, big dude, big dude, big dude. And Brock out of the way, Miz has some opportunity. Bray has some opportunity. They can, spooky themselves into a title or chicken shit their way into a title. And that, I think, gives more opportunity for all of them. Now, how would that affect SmackDown if the Universal title is over on...
Right. Let's see, and that's what I'm thinking, is because who gets the first shot? AJ and Brock?
You've got AJ.
Probably at, SummerSlam?
You've got Nakamura.
Oh, God, Nakamura and Brock.
Nakamura, it happened before, and it was beautiful. And they were a lot younger then, but still.
Yeah.
I think those are your fresh, crazy matchups. And Nakamura is like such a wild card figure at the moment. He's still the mysterious new dude who could take down a Brock Lesnar as a surprise thing and have a long program with that. Or just hold it and be the one to take it away from Brock. Same kind of with AJ. AJ could be the one to take it away by out-wrestling the wrestler, out-grappling the grappler. I think Brock has better matchups over there. If he stays on Raw, he's got Braun. He's got Roman.
Yeah. Possibly Bray.
Possibly Bray, but I feel like they shit on Bray in that situation too. Yeah. I feel like they've lost faith in Bray, and he's done nothing but been a loyal soldier the whole time.
But if your theory is true and Brock is going to SmackDown, then Bray's winning the WWE Championship from Randy.
That's fine.
And then moving into a feud with Balor for the WWE Championship.
That would be more entertaining, and that would get me to watch Raw more. I'd be far more interested in those storylines. Bray is a champion taking on all comers, especially weird, over-the-top, character-based people, instead of, my character is I'm a big dude.
Yeah.
And he's the guy. And Braun is great. He's surprisingly fun. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Is he here?
I love when he walks in with that microphone and is just tiny in his hand. He's just yelling into his fist, and it's good. It's not garbage. Just the fact that he can talk and it not be garbage, it makes me so excited for him. And he's learning every match he's learning, and you can feel that he wants to learn everything. That makes me happy. Not as excited for Brock versus Braun.
No.
Now, though, something like Goldberg Lesnar at Mania gave me hope for that kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
You saw some amazing stuff out of there, and Braun would put on a damn good match with Lesnar if Lesnar wants to play. But I don't know. I don't know how much mileage we get out of that. I don't think Lesnar has the story potential on Raw that he would have on SmackDown.
Well, we're going to find out tonight, I think.
He could go over there and be dominant, and it wouldn't be shutting down big dudes and making them look vulnerable. It would be like, of course he's dominant. He's over here, the big giant, the biggest dude we've ever seen on SmackDown. I don't know.
I'm curious.
That's my big thing.
We'll see what happens tonight, and
Club SmackDown too.
I just want them to do something.
Yeah.
And I'm not asking for much.
Brock versus Bullet Club. It's not
okay.
Happening. It's just not happening.
Let's take a quick break. And I feel like I should make coffee, but I'm not gonna, because it's hour 2.
All right.
So
All right.
I should make coffee, but I'm not gonna.
Does that mean I gotta make it? I can make the coffee. Oh, Jesus! Braun wants coffee.
I think he wants us to take a break.
Folger!
We'll be right back. It's #Wrestlepals, only on our station, Radio Free Radio, RadioFradio.com.
How to be your own protege.
But you think this is over? Oh, we're just getting started, baby. Because I stay hype!
It's time for hashtag Wrestlepals Hour 2.
Drink it in, man.
Bah!
Hear anything? Why can't I hear anything, Justin?
Hashtag.
Hashtag Wrestlepals. Hashtag Wrestlepal Justin. Why can't I hear anything? What's wrong with me?
Probably because your headphones aren't on. Would be my guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy.
Oh, hey, there you are. Hey, what's up?
I might just be crazy. Or maybe I'm just right.
It's the worst stupid visual bit ever. Just hope somebody's watching and just being like, hey, man, his headphones aren't on. I've never seen his ears before. Oh, look, there they are. Ears.
Hashtag Wrestlepals. Hey, you like this show. You like all the other shows on the station. Mm-hmm. Guess what? Mm-hmm. We got a Patreon. Patreon.com/radio free radio. $1 a month greatly helps us. We actually reached out to a guy about some stuff and some space. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's dying to get somebody in the space.
Did you make the hard pitch?
No, not yet. I
Okay.
just kind of like reached out to him and said, "Hey, we're looking for space again."
What's up? Show us a picture of your hair.
So we may need to be going over there and see the space we've already seen.
I just hope he has no idea who we are. The only people that have been interested in him. He knows who we are. He's gonna see me. Hey, you got fat. Well, I was the last time you saw me too.
But the biggest thing is,
not fatter. Yeah, thanks.
we went to see that space like in the summer of 2015.
Oh my god!
And it's still open. I mean, come on, man. Like I gotta imagine you just want somebody in there at that moment, right?
I'm not sure that building has all the amenities. Like lights.
Oh,
I mean, we can't pee out the window, I guess.
cool.
I mean, 4th floor. It's a long window. See if you can get a full stream all the way from tip to street. Never mind. That's the GMYD stuff. Why am I sullying the good name of Wrestlepals?
He did say, "I need someone in my space." Hashtag Wrestlepal Joe chiming in, hitting us with all of the fine phrasings that we have.
Oh, we stupid. I suppose I could take that WrestleMania sign out of there. Don't need that one for a little while. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't point at it or you're going to get a match. It's sharp. You're going to...
Ah, fuck!
I'll put it away.
Please. Dude. Ow. God bless, dude.
Do I have a chroma key on? Because that's weird. The wig is like green screening out. It makes me happy. Why? Why are you... I don't know.
Because it's hot.
It's sweet. It's a heat signature. There's nothing going on in the Hulk wig.
So we bummed ourselves out talking about Raw
Oh, come on.
last hour.
We did. You're right. We did.
I hope we're just being dumb. And I hope, I don't know. Like towards the end there, like I saw some light.
Don't go to the light. It means
sure?
you're dead.
Oh.
Stop it. You're that tired? Dying on me?
I'm dying over here, Nathan. I'm dying. But when we stumbled on the Brock going to SmackDown and Bray possibly winning the championship back and feuding with Balor, there's light there. There's a light there. And speaking of dying and lights, let's just jam this right in.
What?
The Undertaker retired last week.
Oh! Well, look! Hey, look at there. There's the screen.
His clothes.
This is clothes. You know what, man? Pick up after yourself. What are you doing?
He got all naked in the middle of the ring at the end of WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's got a new supernatural power. After losing, anytime he loses, instantly dressed, just like that.
Oh yes, they call him the Streak. That's what they don't tell you about. That's how WrestleMania really ended.
Oh.
Undertaker running around naked.
Oh, it happens. Running. He does the dive over the top rope. Just looks like a naked plane. It's awful.
Put those clothes on, man.
What are you doing? Boxer briefs, little tiny whities.
No,
Black underwear. He wears black underwear. You know he wears black underwear. Just in case it's sexy time. Sexy taker.
Oh yes, the underwear taker.
I almost called him a sex taker, but that would just be a rapist. That's awful.
Ew.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to.
I'll take the rapist for 20.
I,
I'm sweating, guys, because I'm in pajamas.
it went from 40 degrees to 95. I'm going to go home. It's going to feel exactly like this in my house.
Yeah.
It's great.
Can't wait. So the idea is, here's what we want to do this hour. We want to talk about the Undertaker. Oh, hey, Everett Lee. We want to talk about the Undertaker and kind of do like an Undertaker retrospective because we didn't really get to talk about his career last week.
Mm-hmm.
And if indeed this is the end, which all signs point to yes,
Yeah.
this man
You shake up
has
the Magic Nate ball for that one?
27 years as that character.
That's
27 as the Undertaker.
that is a long time.
Now he had what, like 3 or 4 in there.
He
as
just wants a
Biker
bullet.
Taker.
He just wants a bullet. Well, I was thinking about that this afternoon. It's like we had 4 distinct different takers. I feel, and I'd love we could go through the WrestleMania matches and talk about which ones were and rank them all. I would love your input as a longtime wrestling fan, and which of the 4. I mean, if there's more, feel free to correct me. I was feel there was 4. There's the initial he's the wacky dead mortician dude. Is he dead or not so? But is he? I think he's a zombie.
He's shoving people in body bags.
Oh my God! What are you doing? That guy.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Biker Taker.
You forgot the Phenom.
What do you consider the Phenom?
The Phenom is in between Biker Taker and when he shows up.
Is that
zombie.
is that Ministry Taker?
No.
Okay, so then there's 5. Phenom Taker. Okay, but what would you consider this last run? Is this Old Man Taker?
Sort of. But
From the time he had a mohawk on.
okay, if that's like the last run from
Oh jeez,
maybe Punk on,
he was Old Man Taker.
he was Old Man Taker.
So what would you call right before that? Would that be a return to the Phenom Taker?
Technically, yeah, because some of those matches were his best.
Yeah.
The two with Shawn, even the 2 with Trips were really good.
Mm-hmm.
And so after that, that's after the feud with Batista, like his time on SmackDown, like when he was the guy on SmackDown, he was great.
It's nothing. I think that may be my favorite thing about the Undertaker is just Teddy Long putting people in one-on-one matches. One-on-one with
the Undertaker player.
Oh no! I'm being punished. I've got my comeuppance. I have to. Oh jeez, Mr. Simpson.
Mr. Simpson,
Damn it, Justin.
your match is ready. Everett Lee says Attitude Taker was his favorite, and Joe says Phenom is his favorite. Phenom Taker's like where he develops old school. It wasn't called old school, obviously, initially.
It's school.
And Snake Eyes, yeah.
Hey.
I also liked how his early feud with Hogan, he adopted the big boot leg drop, and I didn't really notice it until I started watching some stuff from '96, and I watched back to back. I watched Beware In Your House, Beware of Dog, and then King of the Ring from '96.
Beware of Dog. Please tell me just Rick Steiner's running around biting people.
No, he was in WCW in '96.
Bulldog running around biting people. Nobody. Junkyard Dog running around biting people.
No biting.
Coco?
Maybe Mankind.
Oh, okay.
He might have been biting people.
Let's continue. I'm sorry.
So I tuned in specifically to watch Undertaker versus Goldust.
Right.
Because 2 of my favorite characters, the mind games there, and it was a casket match.
It's fun watching characters butt up against each other, isn't it?
Yeah, and Undertaker loses a casket match
Yeah.
to Goldust for the Intercontinental Championship. As far as I know, it's the only time he's ever been in the Intercontinental. Think about what that meant. The Undertaker already at that point is already a main eventer. He's a big deal,
Right?
And he's wrestling the Intercontinental Champion Goldust. Think about what it meant for Goldust and that championship at that point. It ends up getting interrupted. Mankind was in the casket, and it leads to Undertaker versus Mankind at King of the Ring, which was great. Yeah, Undertaker versus Undertaker.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
As I was reviewing through things, apparently I like garbage.
Okay.
But it gets to the thing. Did anybody is Biker Taker anybody's favorite Taker?
Chris, or # Wrestlepals Zach for sure. loves Biker
Two very
Taker.
different people. You've
Yes.
never seen them in the same place at the same time.
Yes. He loves Biker Taker. I don't mind Biker Taker because it was an evolution and it brought out
Was that when he brought
the last ride.
The last ride? The last ride was great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like, cool. That
He was a
looks-
badass.
Yeah.
An American badass.
You don't have to sing the song.
Hey.
What?
I am
Stop it!
American
Stop
badass.
it!
You
No!
made me. You made me. I didn't want to. You made me.
You're
Blame
right.
yourself.
You're right. Usually. Everyone else does. Might as well heap a little on there myself. There you go. No AC in the house.
No AC in the studio clubhouse either.
So this is when I began questioning myself. I think I like garbage.
Dead man.
I like original Zombie Taker where he's not talking.
Right.
Where he's just looking and he looks so pale and they let him have the red hair.
And again,
And I like old man Taker.
he was shoving people in body bags. Like
He's a character, man. You got a goddamn barber cutting people's hair.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to put people in body bags.
They had a
It's his
funeral
job,
parlor.
and he's a wrestler.
Again,
The funeral parlor's great.
nobody but Mark Galloway, whatever his actual name is, nobody but him can pull that character off. Nobody but him can be that character for 20. No, stop.
Oh, no.
Stop it. Stop.
Forget it. I'm bringing it up. Undertaker versus Undertaker. We had a mirror match. It was beautiful.
And it's not the last time either.
It's not great, mind you. But-
No, it's not. It's not good.
Well, you have a guy. It was I think they said it was Brian Lee that was doing it. Hey, who's tall enough? All right, it's you. And I guess you train
Yeah,
your
Brian
entire
Lee.
you train your entire career, and then they say, okay, now go be that guy. Just do his things. It's like, but I have my things that have done. Okay,
Was he the fake Diesel too?
I think so. Yeah.
And he was one like in DOA, I think. Disciples of Apocalypse.
Oh god.
Good for him.
Just wants to be himself. Can it be Brian?
Nah.
Mr.
Nope.
Lee? I can be Mr. Lee. Do you know Kung Fu? No? What? No.
Wait, Brian Lee's dead? I'm
Fake-
trying to figure out who
Fake Undertaker's passed?
who Joe is talking about. He said he's dead, like for real. Wonder who he's talking about.
It's Brandon Lee. You're way off. Not talking about the Crow.
Everett Lee
That's
says,
Sting.
"Biker Taker, I'll make you famous." Good line. I did.
God, he got to talk so much during that time.
And he didn't have to be so.
Spooky.
Yeah.
I think I was legitimately afraid of Ministry Taker. Yeah, that just him with a giant following behind him.
That thing
is scary
too with the
So good.
guitars. Whoa.
Ministry was terrifying,
Yeah.
and it gave us. It was me.
Yeah, the corporate ministry not so great.
It was okay. I liked it. I liked it for what it was. Like it felt like a hive of.
Oh, Brian Lee dead as fuck.
Here's the worst analogy ever. It's like a hive of honeybees and a hive of hornets like got together and made like a super hive, a super honey hornets. How I hit my mic stand.
So like super golden crisp.
This is why I'm glad you don't have the Beavis and Butthead music.
It's got the munch with punch.
No, but I.
Okay, Braun.
It's better. He objects. He's right. Good for Braun coming out here, and he was there like, man, I want one with Undertaker.
Places he pooped.
That's great. That's Good Morning Detroit.
Yeah.
I'll get to poop stories later. It's beside the point. I would love that.
So please don't tell me Undertaker versus Undertaker is your favorite Undertaker match.
No!
Thank God. Oh, don't give that look to the camera like, yeah, no, it's not.
Not as long as John Gonzalez is out there.
Oh, Jesus.
But that's
WrestleMania
getting into the
9?
Mania matches.
Yeah.
And man, how okay, let's not do that one yet.
Okay.
How just built in. Think of all the peripheral stuff that came out of Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
Without Undertaker, you don't get the glory that is Paul Bearer.
Right.
Amazing character.
Mm-hmm.
And here, we need a mouthpiece for him. And it was perfect. Without Undertaker, do we get as big of a thing with Kane as we do?
No chance. Because
no chance in
hell, literally.
Yeah.
Because
Kane
is his brother.
It made Kane.
Undertaker!
Kane was the one
Kane
monster.
is your brother!
Jesus Christ. Nowhere to be found. Coming down, ripping the door off the cage, just wandering on in. But who else do we get out of, like, say, the ministry? You got the acolytes.
Yeah, APA.
Putting them together. Who would have ever saw, here's,
Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
And
Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
Let's
But by that point, had they given...
He was Farouk.
You ever see God, that weird Mega Man helmet they put on him. It's like, what are you doing? He's good. Yeah, he doesn't need the Farouk Mega Man helmet. Always, even as a kid, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like willing to suspend a lot of disbelief.
Seems like
I'm watching Transformers and G.I. Joe, and I'm fine with this stuff. But that helmet, that's dumb. Oh, hey, it's Max Moon. I'm into this. Choo, 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 choo. His outfit, great. Mega Man Farouk helmet, nah, man.
You just love Conan.
Dude, a little. He's a rabble rouser.
Joe says Naked Midian.
Naked Midian was great.
What?
Naked Midian was great. Gave a fella like me. Where was he going after that?
Oh my God!
Where was he? He was one of the god. Was he Godwin?
He was one of the
before
Godwins.
that, right?
Yeah.
He's the other Godwin.
Was he Phineas or Henry?
No, he had to be Phineas.
Yeah, he was Phineas.
Phineas, I got Pig. Henry, oh God.
Hog.
Erwin R. Shyster. Urs. That's right, Urs.
Erwin.
Oh God. Naked Midian's great. It's just for no damn reason.
God damn it.
It was Viscera part of that?
Yeah. Big Vis.
Amazing.
Your mind will not be able to wrap around what we have next, and then it's Viscera.
Yes, the Yeti.
It's the Yeti. So they bring out Mabel, and they're like, "Yeah, now he's Viscera," and that was what our minds couldn't have.
And that stuck with him all the way up until the end of his career.
Yeah,
that's who he was.
Big V, Big Daddy V.
It's great. Boom, he's good. He's a goddamn Vulcan. It's awesome. And now Midian is a chef. He's a world-class chef now.
Man, who was it that was...
I hope he has clothes on.
I don't remember who it was tweeting earlier. It was probably like right after Mania. But it said, thank you, Taker, for... Because there was the short period of time where he was wearing the mask because he busted his orbital bone.
Right.
And like he's wrestling through that, and he's like, thank you for doing that, because without that, like, we didn't eat. Like, the company would have gone out of business.
Mm.
I wish I could remember who that was.
God, and it's like right after that, it's like see like a hockey goalie's like taking it.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's like, I gotta wear a mask. I'm gonna make a bit out of it.
Let's see, some great matches between Brett, but Brett was Brett before Taker. Right.
Oh, okay. It was like opponents that he made. Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Other Taker.
He brought some legitimacy to Kamala.
You got. I'm not standing up and doing it.
Was it? He was feuding with. He feuded with Yoko, and what was the rest of the clique? Was it Cornette's Camp Cornette? And it was like Owen.
That's an animated series I want. Oh God, is that where everybody was stealing his urn?
Well, they put him in the casket. He had a casket match with Yoko, and then at the end, like as the casket's rolling away, like suddenly you can see inside it up on the screen, and he goes blah, 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 and then like does a thing. It was Yoko for sure. Without Taker, no Heidenreich. Heidenreich.
Cool. All right, not a winner.
I was watching a 4-way because I was trying to find a one-on-one match, because Undertaker has worked with literally all of my top 10 wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like,
and what's crazy is every match of his is something special.
Yeah.
There was never, it was like it's not a big deal Undertaker match.
Yeah.
In his entire career.
When he showed up at Survivor Series 90, big deal. His big, huge debut. Mm-hmm. The next Survivor Series, he's wrestling Hulk Hogan for the championship, the World Championship.
Yeah.
He wrestled Flair at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. He wrestled HBK at 2 WrestleManias. He wrestled Austin ad nauseum.
Now, do you think HBK is legendarily known as Mr. WrestleMania?
Mm-hmm.
You think without those Taker matches, he still is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give him
because he had it before that, but I think that just kind of solidified it, which is why he went out with Taker.
Yeah,
because he knew he could get those matches with Taker.
God. There's still rumors going around that they were trying to get him back for like one more match this past Mania. And
I'm glad he didn't.
Thankfully, he hasn't.
I'm glad he didn't. Yeah. You know, like I don't know, like watching a guy like Flair, like how many times he retired and came back, and
I don't think he's done. I'm telling you, Ric Flair, next one to go into DDP yoga. He's gonna be the fittest 85-year-old man. He's gonna come back.
God, please don't.
It's gonna be great. Him, Bob Backlund, they're just gonna fight all up and down the East Coast. Well, I mean, mostly between. Never mind.
He's wrestled Chris Jericho. I watched his two matches with Jericho on SmackDown. Obviously, he's wrestled Bret Hart for the championship. Mm-hmm. He's wrestled Cena. I'm sure he's wrestled Regal. I didn't get too far. Like, I was working on trying to find him versus Eddie Guerrero. And the only thing I could find was a 4-way. And I bring this up because Joe brought up Heidenreich. And so the 4-way is Booker T, Eddie Guerrero, Undertaker, and JBL. And at the end of the match, frickin' Heidenreich comes in and attacks Undertaker. Heidenreich.
God. That's a guy that could have just shut up and been better.
Kozlov. They completely ruined Kozlov. He used to come out to like no music.
That is a bold ass choice right there.
Yeah.
And it worked?
It worked, and then they moved him to SmackDown and had him start talking and feuded him with Triple H, and you know, the rest is history, as they say. Became garbage. But anybody have favorite Undertaker moments, matches? 757-525-3276. We'd love to hear from you on it. I'm trying to think of, he definitely wrestled Diesel at WrestleMania. Kane a couple times. I think we were working out before he missed WrestleMania 10 and WrestleMania 2000. Right. And he was at all of the rest of them. Is that what you have there?
That's what I was pulling up here. As just the list of the matches. Just the fact that you got to scroll through WrestleMania matches is just absolutely mind blowing.
I feel like I can do the first couple and I can go backwards from the last couple.
Oh?
Yeah. But I can't, like, the whole middle ground, it gets confusing.
There's a couple ugly ones in there.
Because, Giant Gonzalez is... Giant Gonzalez is 9, I know that.
I can defend some of this stuff. Because
can you?
Yeah. Look, I'll defend the Gonzalez thing. Because he was supposed to be almost otherworldly, almost supernatural.
Hairy.
This is a creature that we found with a zipper on his back. Chloroform. What? Giant Gonzalez.
Harvey Whippleman.
I just like...
Mm-hmm. No, I'm
He just
waiting.
couldn't look like he was in trouble. But I get the idea. As far as a character story build, what could possibly defeat The Undertaker? Plus, The Undertaker came out in the chariot with the goddamn vulture. That was great. And then the match started.
Yeah.
And Gonzalez, like, I get it that he's trying to look like he's rocked or whatever, but just his, like, whoa, I've been hit in the face. Whoa. It's like, oh, come on, man. Just look injured without being an a-hole about it. Take an ass whipping real. Come on, man. Dude, have you ever been punched anywhere ever? Does that... Oh, God.
No.
Really?
No.
Jeez, you haven't lived, man. There's nothing better.
He's Is he upset? Did we do something wrong?
I'm trying to find the just shittiest matches possible.
Albert in...
That's the one that was sticking out to me that I'm not going to be able to defend. The half-assed... Oh, yeah, it was a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Yeah.
But wasn't he supposed to have like a part? Wasn't like did someone else come out to save him or something? Shh. Like one of those guys that went away like immediately, like Nathan Jones or something.
Yeah, Nathan. It was Nathan Jones.
Was it?
Yep.
I just throw it out
the
there.
Australian guy.
It's one of those guys. Oh, I love the build-up promos for Nathan Jones of the he's in a prison, on a prison colony kind of, but that's kind of stereotypical.
Okay. Speaking of prison colonies,
Hold on.
the match that everybody wanted at one point, but we never got.
Oh god.
They had the big stare down between Undertaker and Nails.
Okay.
And wow, like I remember wanting that match hard, and nothing ever came of it.
Nails was a nasty ass dude too.
Yeah.
He gave me hope that a balding guy can be a badass.
It was also terrible. Like
when I say awful, I mean like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like people are like, he's mean. He's a mean dude.
I watched him beat the living hell out of Virgil.
Okay.
So
he's a good guy.
King of the Ring?
So he's got some redeeming qualities.
No, see, because Virgil was like a good guy at this point. It was before, like, it
People
came
met
out
him.
that he's not real.
Why am I sitting here? I would be so happy to do a photo with Virgil, but it would cost us money.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm not paying to get a picture with him.
Okay.
No way. No way. Give real.
Mm-hmm. I'll just wait for the obituary. It's fine.
But like the build on Nails, like he ran through Virgil, he ran through Big Boss Man, and they put him up against Undertaker. They squared him off in the ring, and I think it was Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Like they had a picture of them, and it's like, oh, this is going to be the next big thing, and oh my God, can't wait for this match. And I bought it, hook, line, and sinker.
They sold you on something.
Yeah. And I mean, at that time, it wasn't very hard to, but see, I swear it came up on a magazine, but I'm not seeing the cover here. I just see kind of a square off.
Here's a summary of it. It started with a stare down and ended with a stare down.
Yeah, that's, nothing ever came of it. It just kind of went away. And I guess the rumor was Nails is a shitty person.
Yeah, he effed it up behind the screen, got a little full of himself, and bye-bye. Shame, man. He could have been...
Yeah, see, here it is. It was WWE magazine. They have the big square off, Undertaker versus Nails.
Oh, so good.
And then nothing came of it. Not a damn thing.
So, okay. You mentioned Boss Man there a minute ago. Mm-hmm. You freaked out by the hanging?
Yes.
Just because it was poorly done? Or because it was like...
Why are we hanging somebody?
Are you trying to murder, dude?
What are we doing? What are we doing here? And why, I guess,
again,
more importantly.
One of those few times as a child. Maybe I wasn't that much of a child at that point.
No.
Wait, hold on. Okay, I was not a child. I was a man.
Yeah.
But still, I was younger-ish. It's still where I'm like, all right, disbelief is a little, okay. I'm pretty sure they're not going to murder a man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Farouk's helmet is silly, and they're not going to murder a man. That's where I draw the line.
Here we go.
Oh, shit, he's throwing lightning. That's real.
Look at that. Could this be symbolic?
You better hope it is, or you're broadcasting a goddamn murder.
Yeah. Oof.
I don't know. Cut to the back. How about we do a promo with anyone? Just the camera's on Giant Gonzalez's navel. Rawr, I can make a talk. Look. Blah, 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 blah. His belly button gave a better promo. It's good. It's good. Oh, God.
Are you going to try to defend some more garbage on there?
All right. The first one was Jimmy Snuka. But that was like Jimmy Snuka at the end of his...
Yeah, that's not fair. Like,
so that's fine. That's like, hey, here's this beloved old dude who's standing up to this newcomer who thinks he's hot. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Tombstone pile driver. It's over.
And the second was Jake Roberts.
Jake Roberts, which was a good story because they had just come out of the feud. They were a team, and they were up against Savage, Savage and Warrior, and they broke that off because Undertaker thought Jake went too far by putting a snake in the wedding present. It's not exactly that, but it stemmed from that for sure. That's the story.
That's the storyline?
But it was cool.
On camera storyline?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I don't do snakes.
Well, then there was the funeral parlor where Jake officially turned on him, I think, because he comes out and he slams Undertaker's hand in the casket.
Right.
And he goes, never trust a snake. And
Always.
Yeah.
That line is just tailor-made and ready for him to use at any time.
Yeah. And, then they're off to Mania. It's good times. Solid match. Nothing great.
Yeah.
But again, it's Undertaker's second. It's
serviceable. It is what it is.
It's on the card. It's fine.
Okay. So the third one was Giant Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it was good. It's great.
You stop.
Fantastic. Win by disqualification because chloroform. I'm vaguely remember because I haven't
I hate your love of WrestleMania 9.
I haven't subjected myself to it, but were they like saying, "Oh, I can smell the chloroform," that odorless thing? I can smell it. Oh, good. Okay, fine. We'll give that one a pass then. Okay. No. Okay. King Kong Bundy. Again, that was Bundy at the end of his time around there too. This is the last chance to be a monster. All right. Then came Diesel.
Yeah, I don't remember that one being very good. It's two big guys up against each other, though.
It's
It's as good as it's going to be.
I've got the notes and match times here too. This is like his first big one because in the first four there, 4 minutes 20 seconds, 6:36, 7:33, 6:36.
Look at this new guy. Look what he can do.
Now with Diesel here, 16:46.
It's a championship match.
It's two big dudes for a long ass time.
Is that 11?
No, that's at 12.
12. Okay, so it's not a championship
96
match.
and 12. It says it's not a championship match. So I have the notes there too. Yay. Yeah, how many of these were actually for a championship?
Not many till later.
Yeah, which is crazy to think of too.
Well, Undertaker didn't clog up the championship storyline.
He was an attraction in and of himself.
Yeah,
it's amazing to see that, and there's so much potential for that with so many other people. You don't need necessarily the championship to get you over.
Yeah,
you can be used to get it over, to get somebody else over, but at the same time, he was an attraction in and of himself.
Yeah.
Now I'd love to see like Bray into that, but
if you start treating him that way,
but you have to have some respect for him at some time. At all.
Yeah.
Maybe let him have that thing for more than a week so it gives some validity to him as a credible
or maybe win at WrestleMania. I don't think he's won yet. Lost to Cena, lost to Taker.
It's a new streak. 0-32. 65, just getting his ass
lost
beat.
to Randy.
God damn it.
Injured at last year's. Wait, did he beat Cena at Mania? I think he did. I don't know if it was clean, but I think he won. WrestleMania 30. Because Cena ended up winning the feud.
I can't type. WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Do. I've given up already. F it.
Do. All right, so at 12 he wrestles Diesel.
Yeah.
13
is It's Sid.
Oh, but that's a championship
This
match.
one is actually for a championship.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, but it's Sid.
Sid. God, I had so much hope for Sid.
You did?
I did. As a kid, I was like, wow, he's a crazy monster dude.
When he first turned heel on Hogan.
The weird seething thing he could do with his face.
I'm the man.
Okay.
That rules the world. But the thing is, there was all the farts in between.
You love your little editing bit, don't you? You and your fartomania.
Fartomania.
Good Lord.
How did he fart so much? Bray lost, okay.
Of course.
Tried to make Cena use the chair. Cena wouldn't do it. Sister Abigail turned into AA 1, 2, 3. I'm glad Joe remembers. Which is crazy because 30 is still my favorite. I remember the match being good. I just don't remember the finish.
Yeah, you watched it 30 minutes after it happened. It's great. Maybe don't run it off a wife. Never mind. It's beside the point. Just seeing results. I can't wait for this to happen.
Yeah. Us at the YWS table were watching it on my laptop.
So much better.
I'd like to point that out again. No delay there.
Couldn't let us crowd around. Would have been great. See the match in real time. It's closing in at midnight. They're going to finish this? Yeah, they did. They did. All right, so 98, WrestleMania 14. This is the WrestleMania square-off between Undertaker and Kane.
And again, these matches are fine.
Yeah.
The matches with Kane.
Yeah.
Nothing amazing.
It's a crazy spectacle.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Which is what Undertaker matches are. And this is still before we're looking at the streak, too.
Mm-hmm. At what point did it become a big deal?
Flair?
I'm not so sure. Because, okay, for the next couple here, we have Big Boss Man. And that was the hanging, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we had the first Triple H one.
Right.
Which, fantastic. Followed by the Flair one the next year. Again.
Somewhere around there, I feel.
But after that, I don't think it quite kicked yet. Because the next one, WrestleMania 19, that's the 2-on-1 A-Train Big Show thing. Well, this is like right in Biker Taker territory.
Right.
And I feel like the streak wasn't quite a thing yet, or else they would have...
I think they started acknowledging that he's undefeated, but I don't think it became a thing.
It wasn't called
Edge.
the streak yet.
Right. Edge, maybe Batista.
Yeah, and that's coming up. Because after that, it was Kane again. And then we
Kane is your brother.
And then we had Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah.
And then we go...
Legend killer Randy Orton.
Oh, so good. And then on to Mark Henry, oddly enough, in a casket match.
Oh, yeah. I always forget about that one.
Well, there's always going to be those weird forgettable ones, but there aren't nearly as many forgettable ones as you think. Between you respecting this, the peak of his career through this era right here, and me loving the garbage, we cover pretty much all of it. Very little forgettable, except maybe the Mark Henry one. And I try to block out that 2-on-1.
Yeah,
one.
not good.
And
even the Flair match wasn't good.
I love the garbage, man. I love it.
But it served its purpose. Like, he beat the living shit out of Ric Flair.
It was no DQ.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
After Mark Henry, we had Batista, and at this point, he's 15-0, and that was for championship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of those points where it's like you're putting the streak on the line, the title's on the line. I feel like right around then is when it was.
This is when it became.
Acknowledged.
They start calling it the streak, and it starts being a thing.
15. He was coming in at 14-0 at that point.
Right.
So it's like that's a big deal. Well, it's always a big deal. After Batista was Edge again for World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
And oh god, yeah, it's got to win by submission there.
Yeah.
Is that where he broke out?
I think that's where he starts using the Hell's Gate.
The
triangle choke.
Okay. Can we acknowledge this about this past WrestleMania as well? Did Roman Reigns just not know how to get into it, or what the idea was? He just kept turning his head, and it's almost like,
nah, man.
It looked like. Okay, I'm not going to make that reference. I'll cover the mic. It looked like he was coercing him into some form of oral sex. Like grabbing him by the hair, trying to like... There we go. They didn't hear that, so it's good. And it just looked very uncomfortable for everyone involved. Moving on. So then you had the two Michaels matches. Which
were amazing.
Yeah.
I remember going into 25, the first HBK and Undertaker. Who the hell wants to see these two old guys wrestle? Literally.
For 30 plus minutes, by the way.
Who wants to see them wrestle? And then I remember not really caring about most of Mania up until that point. And I remember I'm starting to watch it. And I'm like, oh my God. Holy shit.
Those are two dudes that just are amplified by that stage. The bigger the stage, the bigger their performance is. Or the bigger footprint it leaves behind. It's absolutely amazing. And that succession of the 2 years, because the one after that was streak versus career.
Right. And it main evented 26.
Yeah. And that one, again, another 24 minutes.
Yeah.
Just freaking. And at what point? At what point did Michaels put did we have that Flair went out?
Flair went out at 24. So it was Flair versus
24.
HBK at 24.
Last time they were at Orlando. Okay.
Yep.
Last time they were at Citrus Bowl because
Yeah.
they made a big deal with Charlotte making the same entrance. Oh,
Yeah.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just before. That was right before going in with the Undertaker,
Mm-hmm.
and then the 2 years with the Undertaker. Amazing 3-year program for Michaels.
Well, let's see.
Well, amazing 20-year program for Michaels.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember.
Ever
23.
since Jannetty tried to cowardly jump through that window. No, I won't stop. Stop asking me. if I
Will you stop?
No.
All right. So after the 2 with Michaels, is it?
Can we both be asshole commentators? Okay, after the 2 with Michaels,
It's the 2 with Trips, right?
it's the 2 with Triple H.
Which were way better than the first one with Trips.
Mm-hmm.
Now these were let's protect these guys and take rules away and let them throw people against stuff.
Yeah, that first one was no holds barred.
Right.
And it ended up 30 minutes ending in a submission.
And it was fine. I really enjoyed that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one was End of an Era in Hell in a Cell.
Hell of a Cell. Shawn Michaels is the special guest referee.
Right.
And hot damn if he doesn't try to steal the freaking show.
Yeah.
Throws a super kick, but then counts fairly.
Yeah.
And then the kick out, and then he has the, oh no, oh God, face.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Keep kicking him. But still, it's an
What a
amazing
story.
little moment.
What a story.
He's trying to give that just a little bit to his friend to make this happen.
Yeah.
A little bit of comeuppance, and then that regret and remorse in just a moment of, I can't do this to what it is because this is bigger than him. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than everything. Mm-hmm. I can't let it happen that way after just trying to have it happen that way. It's fantastic. There's the range of emotions in the story he tells with a stupid striped shirt on. Damn it. So good.
So that's
And that one
27-28. Right?
Honestly, that one felt like it could have been a retirement right there.
Yeah, I agree.
And I
I
thought,
kept calling it End of an Era, End of an Era.
yeah, and that got him to an even 20-0. Mm-hmm. And I think if he was going to tap out early, that would have been an amazing place to do it. But then we get the Punk build.
Yeah. Which, again, fine. We've got nothing. We just made Punk lose the title to Rock. And then we had him lose the rematch at Chamber. Mm-hmm. We need something for him.
Yeah.
Let's have him wrestle Taker.
You're bringing in the part-timer. What you got for me? I'm going to be here tomorrow.
We got Undertaker for you. Oh, well, what?
I had so much hope and faith going into this because that 20-0 is like so perfect that when you're going to put that 1 in the loss column, I felt like it would have been right there.
Like, what a run for Punk, too.
God.
Like the championship run, the heel turn, the back and forth with Rock, and the run into the match with Taker.
It's great.
He was outstanding.
The most beautiful thing is, I know they don't plan for the death of Paul Bearer,
Right.
but it couldn't have happened in a more perfect time.
I know.
And as I don't want to say carny, but as wrestling business as he was, I think he would have smiled at that. The bathing in the ashes of your weird dead funeral parlor father figure thingy stuff and whatnot. Oh my God. It was the most vile thing I've seen in ages. Well done. Mm-hmm. And it made this important.
And it was a good match.
Yeah.
So that's at 29. Mm-hmm. That takes us into 30. And
Yeah,
30 is shaky ground because it's lost 1. Now, here's the thing. If you don't want him to lose, don't put him in the ring with Brock. If the idea is we're going to keep him undefeated until he retires, don't put him in the ring with Brock because
that's all he had to do. Just avoid that monster. Steer clear.
it's just because at that point, it's not believable that Undertaker's beating Brock Lesnar. Mm-hmm. You put him in the ring with Brock, he's got to lose to Brock. He has to.
Now, you're saying that. Me, Mr. I love characters and supernatural spooky shit, on the other side is like, well, the Undertaker can't lose. I mean, he's not going to lose to this. I mean, I know it's big, but he overcomes. This is what he does. He's going to overcome those odds, and he's going to and he's going to pull out the victory. He might just barely squeak by, but this is what the Undertaker does: is he wins at WrestleMania, and this is the most credible threat that has ever come along.
There's also the rumor that Paul Heyman put out that Undertaker was supposed to win that match, and Brock decided he was going to win.
Well, what do you do?
If you're Brock Lesnar...
Honest to God, if Brock Lesnar broke in here and said, I'm going to play with your butt for a while.
I don't want it to happen, but it's gonna.
Yeah,
I might as well
at that
be into
point,
it.
foregone conclusion. Can I get you a drink? Can I have several? Did you just drop your drink? Are you protecting yourself?
Maybe.
It's fine. There's no protection. You're dead. He will go until you're dead.
It's true.
So yeah, legitimately, Brock Lesnar's going to win.
Yeah.
But
that's why you can't...
me and all of the children of the world had faith in this elderly man at this point. There's no way, man. He wins at WrestleMania. And this is the biggest threat ever. Feels like he really could lose, so this is going to be so good when he wins. And the only person who was happy was #Wrestlepal Chris, who danced and sang. He started a parade all by himself.
Yeah.
And he was right.
Yeah.
He was absolutely right.
Well, and again, like you can't. That match can't happen if Undertaker is supposed to win.
Right.
Just don't do it. Just don't do that match.
It's a long game, man. It's my thing. I'm accepting of whatever they do because it's like, cool. What are you going to do with this? And I see kind of what they're doing with this, and I'm going to let them tell the story, and I'm going to be happy about it. I'm gonna watch it.
Now, ultimately, that story leads to, arguably, it was supposed to lead to Daniel Bryan getting literally destroyed by Brock at SummerSlam, but
glad that
leads to one of my favorite awkward matches ever: SummerSlam, Cena versus Brock.
Yeah,
16 Germans.
Nothing awkward or weird about that. It was
just
maintaining the dominance.
Yeah, God, I loved it.
And it's so good. To see how crafted and protected he is after this, and how much credibility a win over the Undertaker at WrestleMania gave him, because he was also badass. Never not been. Even get like childhood pictures of him. He's just lifting up teachers and throwing them and shit. And he got all A's. I wonder why. He got so much credibility out of that he lost those 2 quick losses to Goldberg, and then was able to come back, and it's all back.
Yeah,
all that credibility is back again. Why? Oh, it's so boring to that you go back and you watch that Lesnar Goldberg match now. You go back and watch it. Watch Heyman, and you'd be like, "There's the story." Brock lost because he got cocky 2 times in a row, real quick. You watch Heyman in the WrestleMania match. He's calling out the spots. Spear, he's got a spear. He jumps the spear. It's almost like he's listening to his advocate, and it's amazing. So this extra story beyond, but Brock Lesnar gets the win.
Yeah,
ends the streak.
Yeah,
and that dude's eyes fell out of his head.
Yes. Alice Mumba.
Whatever.
Well, and then the next year, he comes back to wrestle Bray.
Thought he'd be done at that point.
Yeah. Well, and again, here's another point where it's like, well, he's got to be done, right?
Yeah, and you know what? It would have been fine going out on a Shield and
looking up,
which
is what you're supposed to do.
And of course, he's going to do what you're supposed to do. No matter the situation, he's going to do what he's supposed to do.
But he didn't.
No. So I thought, is he going to come back and give a little rub to someone else?
No, he's actually going to defeat Bray Wyatt.
God damn it!
For whatever reason, because nothing came of that either.
No.
I mean. Is that the year he wrestled at SummerSlam? He wrestled Brock, and then at Survivor Series. No. I think this may have been Survivor Series where he tagged with Kane against the Wyatt family. And then the next year's where he had the matches with Brock. No, because the next year is Shane. 32 was Shane.
Oofa.
So after Bray is when he wrestles Brock at SummerSlam and then at Hell in a Cell, and then he works Survivor Series against the Wyatts. It's the Brothers of Destruction versus the Wyatts.
Fantastic.
I mean,
I've always loved that they've had that to be able to fall back to.
Yeah,
it's like just protect them, make it a little easier on them, and still be a giant attraction.
Yeah,
wonderful thing. It's fantastic to see the parallel between the Kane and Undertaker careers.
And now last year, like everybody's hurt.
Yep.
everybody was hurt, and it's who the hell do you go to? Shane McMahon.
What?
Weird. Now it didn't like this year. Shane and AJ stole the show. Like they were amazing.
Stupid Shane overperforming.
Yeah. Now this time it's in a Hell in a Cell, and it doesn't steal the show, but it's got that one what the fuck moment.
Because it's how do you top?
Yeah.
What ends up being the most iconic moment of Mankind's career.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one everybody goes back to. Mm-hmm. And the only time you even had a glimmer of him breaking character.
Yeah.
As he's looking down from the top of the cage like, oh, shit, hope he's not dead. And also when he went through to the top of the cage, it's like, oh, God, oh, boy. It's the only 2 times I can think of Undertaker almost breaking character. But staying in it. Consummate professional.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you had the Bray, which, man, it would have been nice to hand that torch off to Bray, but Bray just ain't going to get a torch anytime soon, I guess. No, we gave it Rollins as a torch.
As a torch.
He's lighting shit on fire.
Weird.
See the WrestleMania set caught on fire again this time?
Yes.
The wind blows. I don't know, man. Maybe open flames. Bad idea in high winds.
Let's not do it anymore, maybe.
Who am I? Nate.
For branding.
So then that gets us to this year.
This year with the disappointment against Reigns. Again, I don't mind the loss. I really don't. Reigns is clearly their guy. I just wish he could have gone out on a better match, and it appears like they're not doing anything with it. That's the upsetting part.
Yeah.
Again, like this is the way it should go at this point. If Reigns is wrestling Undertaker at WrestleMania, Reigns is going to be there the next night on Raw.
Right.
Undertaker's not.
Right.
This should go somewhere. Mm-hmm. And that next night on Raw gave me hope. And then last night on Raw took all that hope away.
This was a rough Raw. We shouldn't have watched it. Let's pretend it didn't happen.
He tipped over an ambulance, y'all.
An ambulance.
Which is cool, but it had Roman Reigns in it.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I don't think that'd
be... They cheered him. They cheered Braun.
Well...
They really don't get it.
Maybe when they see that Roman Reigns is going to overcome these odds... They'll cheer for him.
That's not the guy we want.
That's how that works.
It's not going to work.
That's how that works.
It's not going to work. He got flipped over an ambulance and they cheered the guy who did it. Come on, man. Come on.
So
you were on the right path.
But I think this ends up telling. Every time I think the story is smaller than it is, I feel like it gets bigger than it is, and it becomes self-referential about Roman winning at WrestleMania over the Undertaker. It's going to end up leading to Lesnar has a win over The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
Reigns has a win over The Undertaker. These two are going to have to square off at probably next year's Mania.
Hopefully they move Brock and that doesn't happen anymore.
Well, it happens at Mania. That's when everything comes together. They have a feud that crosses brands. It's relax. It'll be okay. They'll make it okay.
The match will be fine.
Yes, and they'll cheer Brock. And Raymond will win. Calling him Raymond.
Ramen Reigns.
Raymond now.
Raymond Reigns.
And
hi guys.
But now you have to look about how the Undertaker plays into it. Sounds a lot like your Bill Goldberg.
Hi guys, I'm Bill Goldberg.
Hi.
I'm the Universal Champion. That's Goldberg.
Great.
I'm Raymond Reigns.
Raymond Reigns. But coming out of this, the role the Undertaker plays in this is he's the one that... These are the only two that ever beat him on WrestleMania. And Brock did it at the height of... Or just the beginning of Old Man Taker.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's deteriorated for a few years after that. Squeaked out some wins. And now here he is at the very end, and he loses to Roman Reigns. So who has the more credible victory? Probably Brock.
Yeah.
More odds for Raymond to have to overcome. So I think it's fascinating that they end up telling that story. And that's going to be a 3 WrestleMania story just between Brock and Roman involving The Undertaker. But that's 3 years in the past to give that time for that deterioration time of The Undertaker as he's winding down his career. And I think overall, looking at that as like one big storyline, I kind of dig it. But, it's like I liked how everything ended with Return of the Jedi. Oh, we've got more movies? Roman's going to win.
LOL.
Lol. But still.
Oh, God.
Undertaker, fantastic service to everything that wrestling is. It would not be the same without him.
He is professional wrestling.
Yeah, and in its purest form.
What an amazing dude. And again, nobody pulls that off. And even if somebody does somehow pull a glimpse of that off, nobody else can pull that off for 27 years.
No.
Not a chance. Not a God-blessed chance.
No.
Does somebody come in as a dead mortician? Is that
just the wackiest shit and made it work?
Good for him.
I had hope for Duke the Dumpster Drozy. Just didn't work out that way.
Nah. What about Skinner? How did you feel about Skinner?
Looked like he smelled weird. Probably farted a lot. It's not my.
You know who else farts a lot?
Me.
Sid.
Does. Fartomania.
I am the man who farts every 2 seconds. All right. Shall we get out of here?
That's what we end on.
It's time to go.
Oh,
by the way.
Yeah, what's up?
Simon Gotch released.
Cool.
Get the fuck out of here. Let's see what Aiden English can do.
Maybe don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
We're keeping the mustache. You got to go.
Yeah. Out of here. Anything else interesting happen in the
backstagey stuff?
I don't think so. We can just end it on Sid's farts. That's fine.
I think mostly the shakeup has been the weird thing.
Yeah.
And everybody's still kind of in that post-mania recovery.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Let's see, we already touched on what happened at NXT. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything.
It's recovery time.
Yeah, it's recovery time. It's
going to be okay.
It's recovery time.
Everything's breaking up.
Mastodon.
Smashing shit up. Reformulating.
Mm-hmm.
Getting everything where it's going to be.
Pterodactyl.
And then SmackDown will be I'm older than you are, by the way.
Saber-toothed tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. Yep.
Oh, good Christ. Ow. I really stapled my finger. Cool. Hey, buddy. We're #Wrestlepals.
We're having a good run.
If you dig us, dig what we're doing. Please consider. If you like more staples, the only way we can afford these staples and this sweet ass gun is I'm gonna hit the camera one day and I'm gonna be sad. Is via your support. If you please consider going to patreon.com/RadioFreeRadio. $1 a month, man. That's all we need to change the world. Not a lot, just a little bit. So far, who knows what we could do with more?
Right.
Bigger staple guns. I'm getting a nail gun. If you want to get in touch with us individually, it's patreon.com/RadioFreeRadio. You should give that. You need to get in touch with us individually. #Wrestlepal Justin. You can find him at the Hulkster on Twitter. That's real, yo. If you want to get in touch with me, #Wrestlepal Nate. At the Nate Project on Twitter. I read everything, and then I don't respond because I'm a weird. I've got weird anxiety. But I see it.
He goes radio silent.
If you want to creep me out, freak me out, say hi.
Starting at 3 p.m. today, he will be radio silent until 8 p.m. next Monday.
7. It depends. The kid got a soccer game. I might be here at like 7:50.
Oh.
Who knows? I had to burp, so I couldn't say it.
Oh.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's goddamn #Wrestlepals.
Feel the pain, and you could be next. You better give respect, 'cause ain't nobody breaking this redneck.
I lost my keys and my little dog is bone. So I pick him up and I'm gonna carry home. But he a mean dog, bit me in the spare rib. And I'm take him home, put him in the baby crib. Yeah, I don't know the words that AJ Styles. You know who you are? You're phenomenal. Phenomenal.